To make someone worry about losing you, the journey begins with valuing yourself and setting clear boundaries. This is not about playing games or manipulation. It's about creating an environment where mutual respect thrives and where the other person naturally recognizes your worth. When you value yourself, you send an unspoken but powerful message that you are not afraid to stand alone, that your happiness and self-worth are not contingent upon someone else's validation. Valuing yourself starts with understanding who you are. Take time to reflect on your strengths, passions, and the unique qualities that make you irreplaceable. Embrace your individuality and take pride in your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. When you genuinely appreciate your own value, it radiates in your interactions with others. This confidence is magnetic and commands respect. It shows that you are not someone who will accept being taken for granted, and it subtly makes others realize that keeping you in their life is a privilege, not a given. Setting boundaries is an essential aspect of valuing yourself. Boundaries are not about keeping people out. They are about creating a healthy structure where love, respect, and understanding can flourish. They communicate what is acceptable and what is not, ensuring that you are treated with the dignity you deserve. Without boundaries, relationships can become imbalanced, leaving you feeling undervalued or overwhelmed. By asserting your limits, you protect your emotional well-being and establish a foundation of mutual respect. Boundaries are not only about saying no when necessary, they are also about defining what you need and expect in a relationship. For example, if you value honesty and open communication, make that clear from the start. If certain behaviors make you uncomfortable, address them early on. Being direct about your boundaries may feel challenging at first, especially if you fear conflict or rejection, but it is an act of self-respect that ultimately strengthens the relationship. When you confidently express your needs, you demonstrate that you know your worth and are willing to advocate for yourself. When you consistently value yourself and uphold your boundaries, you create a dynamic where the other person becomes more mindful of their actions and how they affect you. They start to see that they cannot take your presence in their life for granted. This awareness naturally fosters a sense of accountability and investment on their part. They begin to worry about the possibility of losing someone who is so self-assured and clear about what they will and will not tolerate. Valuing yourself also means being willing to walk away from situations or relationships that do not honor your worth. This is one of the most empowering things you can do. It shows that you are not afraid to prioritize your happiness and well-being over the fear of being alone. Walking away is not about creating fear or anxiety in the other person. It is about demonstrating that you have a deep understanding of your value and will not compromise it for the sake of staying in an unfulfilling or unhealthy relationship. When you set boundaries and value yourself, you also inspire others to treat you with greater care and appreciation. People are drawn to those who have a strong sense of self-respect and confidence. It's not about arrogance or being unapproachable. It's about exuding a quiet strength that commands admiration. This in turn makes the other person worry about losing someone as grounded and self-assured as you. Your actions, not just your words, play a significant role in conveying self-worth. Carry yourself with poise and confidence, regardless of the circumstances. Whether you're pursuing your goals, spending time with loved ones, or enjoying your own company, let your actions reflect your belief in your value. People notice when you are at peace with yourself, and it makes them more eager to be part of your life. In addition to valuing yourself and setting boundaries, it's important to remain consistent in these efforts. Consistency is key to building trust and ensuring that your boundaries are respected. If you waver in your resolve or compromise your values for the sake of keeping the peace, you risk undermining the foundation you've worked so hard to establish. Stand firm in your self-worth, knowing that it is the cornerstone of a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Valuing yourself and setting clear boundaries are not only about influencing the other person, but also about fostering your own growth and happiness. These principles empower you to cultivate a sense of self that is independent of external validation. They remind you that your worth is inherent and not determined by how others perceive or treat you. This inner confidence is what truly makes someone worry about losing you, because they see that you are a person who knows their value and will not settle for anything less than what you deserve. By valuing yourself and setting boundaries, you create an atmosphere where respect and admiration thrive. You encourage the other person to reflect on how they contribute to the relationship and to appreciate the unique qualities that make you irreplaceable. Ultimately, this approach strengthens the bond between you, fostering a connection built on mutual respect and understanding. When you focus on pursuing your own passions and goals, you create a vibrant and fulfilling life that naturally draws others towards you. This is not about pretending to be busy or trying to make someone feel excluded. It's about genuinely embracing your individuality and investing in the things that make you feel alive and accomplished. When you channel your energy into your dreams and interests, you cultivate a sense of purpose and joy that is incredibly attractive and, more importantly, deeply fulfilling. A life filled with passion and ambition sends a clear message you are a person with a vision, someone who is driven and independent. You don't rely on someone else to define your happiness or your worth. This independence creates a dynamic where the other person begins to see your value more clearly. They recognize that you are not dependent on them for your sense of identity or satisfaction, which makes your presence in their life feel like a privilege rather than an obligation. When you actively pursue your passions, you not only grow as an individual, but also bring a fresh and dynamic energy into your relationships. Whether it's a creative hobby, a professional goal, or a personal interest, your dedication and enthusiasm are contagious. People are naturally drawn to those who are passionate and driven because it inspires them to reflect on their own goals and dreams. Your commitment to your own growth can serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of self-improvement, encouraging the other person to invest more deeply in the relationship and in themselves. Investing in your goals also shows that you value your time and energy. You are not waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your life to the fullest. Instead, you are taking charge and making things happen. This proactive attitude creates a sense of intrigue and admiration. It shows that you are confident, self-reliant, and not afraid to chase after what you want. When the other person sees this, they begin to realize that you are not someone who will settle for a stagnant or one-sided relationship. They start to worry about what they could lose if they fail to meet the same level of commitment and effort. Living a life filled with purpose also means that you have a rich and engaging world outside of the relationship. This doesn't mean you are distant or unavailable. It means you have a healthy balance that allows both partners to thrive individually and together. When you are deeply involved in your own pursuits, it naturally creates a sense of space and curiosity in the relationship. The other person begins to wonder what drives you, what excites you, and how they can be a part of your journey. This sense of curiosity keeps the connection fresh and dynamic, making them more invested in maintaining their place in your life. Pursuing your goals isn't just about achieving milestones, it's about the journey of self-discovery and growth. As you challenge yourself and overcome obstacles, you build resilience and confidence. These qualities are not only attractive, but also essential for a healthy and balanced relationship. When the other person sees you striving for your dreams, it reminds them of your strength and determination. It makes them realize that you are someone who will continue to grow and evolve with or without them. This realization can spark a sense of urgency and appreciation, motivating them to value and cherish the connection they have with you. Moreover, having a strong sense of purpose ensures that you are not overly reliant on the relationship for validation or fulfillment. It creates a dynamic where the relationship becomes a source of joy and support rather than a necessity. This balance is crucial because it allows both partners to bring their best selves to the table. When the other person sees that you are content and thriving in your own right, it inspires them to do the same. It also makes them more mindful of how they contribute to your life and how they can support your goals and dreams. Focusing on your passions and goals also sets a standard for the kind of relationship you want. It shows that you are serious about building a partnership where both individuals are encouraged to grow and succeed. This standard naturally challenges the other person to reflect on their own ambitions and contributions. It makes them realize that being with you is not about complacency, but about mutual growth and support. This realization often leads to a deeper appreciation for who you are and a stronger commitment to the relationship. Ultimately, when you prioritize your passions and goals, you create a life that is rich, meaningful, and inspiring. This kind of life doesn't just attract others, it challenges them to see the best in themselves. It creates a dynamic where the other person values your presence more deeply and is motivated to invest in the relationship. They begin to see that being with you is not about filling a void, but about sharing a journey of growth, purpose, and joy. By pursuing your dreams and interests, you not only enrich your own life, but also enhance the connection you share with others. It's a powerful reminder that your worth is not defined by anyone else and that your happiness is something you create for yourself. This independence and self-assurance naturally make the other person worry about losing you because they see the incredible person you are and the fulfilling life you've built. Maintaining an element of mystery and independence in a relationship is one of the most profound ways to keep the connection exciting and meaningful. It's not about being secretive or distant, but about nurturing the sense of individuality that reminds the other person why they were drawn to you in the first place. When you preserve your uniqueness and independence, you create a dynamic where curiosity and respect flourish, making them worry about losing someone so compelling and self-sufficient. Mystery in a relationship doesn't mean playing games or withholding important parts of yourself. It means not feeling the need to share every thought, detail, or plan immediately. When you retain parts of yourself, your dreams, ambitions, or even daily experiences, it creates a natural intrigue. It allows the other person to remain engaged and invested, continually discovering new facets of who you are. This sense of discovery is what keeps a relationship alive and vibrant. Independence, on the other hand, is the foundation of a healthy and thriving connection. When you have your own life, interests, and goals, you demonstrate that your identity isn't solely tied to the relationship. This kind of independence is attractive because it shows strength and confidence. It reminds the other person that you are a complete individual capable of thriving on your own, which naturally creates a sense of admiration and respect. When you give yourself the space to maintain independence, you allow the relationship to breathe. Constant closeness can sometimes create a sense of predictability or even stagnation. By having your own hobbies, social circles, and ambitions, you bring fresh energy and perspectives to the relationship. The other person sees that you are someone who is constantly growing and evolving, which makes them more invested in keeping up with you. This dynamic encourages them to reflect on their own contributions and ensures they don't take your presence for granted. There's also a powerful confidence that comes with independence. When you are secure in who you are and the life you've built, you naturally exude a quiet strength. This confidence doesn't demand attention or approval. It simply exists, drawing people in. The other person begins to see that you are not someone who needs them to feel whole. Instead, they recognize that you choose to be with them, which makes your presence in their life feel like a privilege. This realization often creates a sense of urgency to nurture and protect the relationship. Maintaining mystery and independence also means being selective about the access you provide to your inner world. It's not about closing yourself off, but about sharing parts of yourself intentionally and authentically. When you share your thoughts, dreams, or experiences with care and purpose, it creates a sense of depth and meaning in the connection. The other person begins to value those moments of openness more deeply, knowing that they are not taken for granted. One of the key aspects of independence is having a life outside the relationship. This doesn't mean distancing yourself or avoiding connection. It means investing in your own passions, friendships, and personal growth. When you have a fulfilling life beyond the relationship, it naturally creates a sense of balance. It shows that you are not reliant on the other person for your happiness or sense of purpose, which is a powerful and attractive quality. At the same time, maintaining a sense of mystery ensures that the relationship stays exciting. When you keep a little bit of unpredictability in your actions or thoughts, it keeps the other person curious and engaged. This doesn't mean being inconsistent or unreliable. It means allowing them to continue discovering new layers of who you are. This process of discovery is what deepens the connection and keeps the spark alive. Independence and mystery also create a dynamic where the other person begins to worry about losing you. They see that you are someone who doesn't cling or chase, but who stands confidently in your own value. This realization often motivates them to put in more effort, to show you that they value the relationship and don't want to lose someone as unique and self-assured as you. When you nurture your independence and embrace your individuality, you set a powerful example. You show that relationships are not about losing yourself in someone else, but about complementing and enhancing each other's lives. This balance creates a deeper respect and admiration, encouraging the other person to do the same. By preserving your independence and maintaining an element of mystery, you cultivate a connection that is built on curiosity, respect, and mutual growth. It's a reminder that love is not about possession, but about appreciating and cherishing someone for who they are. When you embody these qualities, you naturally create a dynamic where the other person feels inspired, invested, and yes, a little worried about losing you. Communicating confidence and self-assurance is one of the most impactful ways to create a dynamic where someone begins to genuinely value your presence and fear the idea of losing you. Confidence isn't about being loud or overbearing. It's about carrying yourself with a quiet strength that shows you are secure in who you are. When you walk with self-assurance, you project an aura of self-worth that cannot be ignored, creating a natural, compelling draw for those around you. Confidence begins with knowing your value and embracing your unique qualities. It's about understanding that you have something special to offer, something that no one else can replicate. This isn't arrogance, it's self-awareness. When you recognize your strengths and celebrate them, it changes how you interact with the world. You stop seeking validation from others and start radiating an inner security that naturally commands respect and admiration. This shift in energy doesn't just change how you see yourself, it changes how others see you as well. In relationships, confidence is about expressing your needs, desires, and boundaries with clarity and respect. It's not about demanding or expecting others to read your mind. It's about speaking your truth in a way that is authentic and unapologetic. When you communicate confidently, you show that you respect yourself and won't settle for less than you deserve. This doesn't create conflict, it creates clarity. It sets a standard for how you expect to be treated, which in turn inspires others to rise to meet that standard. Self-assurance also means being comfortable with who you are, even in moments of vulnerability. It's about knowing that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and respect. This kind of authenticity is incredibly powerful because it creates a sense of trust and connection. When you are confident enough to show your true self, flaws and all, it encourages others to do the same. This mutual vulnerability deepens the bond and reinforces the idea that you are someone worth cherishing. Another critical aspect of confidence is the way you carry yourself. Your posture, tone of voice, and the way you handle challenges all communicate your level of self-assurance. When you walk into a room with your head held high and an open, approachable demeanor, it signals to others that you are comfortable in your own skin. This kind of presence is magnetic, drawing people towards you and making them want to be a part of your world. Confidence also extends to how you handle conflicts or disagreements. It's not about being combative or always needing to be right. It's about staying calm and composed, even in difficult situations. When you approach challenges with a level head and a willingness to listen, it shows that you are secure enough to handle whatever comes your way. This kind of emotional stability is incredibly attractive because it creates a sense of safety and trust in the relationship. Self-assurance means not being afraid to walk away from situations that don't serve you. This doesn't mean you're dismissive or unapproachable. It means you know your worth and won't compromise your values for the sake of keeping the peace. When you are willing to prioritize your happiness and well-being, it sends a clear message that you value yourself deeply. This can create a sense of urgency in the other person, making them realize that they need to step up if they want to keep you in their life. Confidence isn't just about how you interact with others. It's also about how you treat yourself. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being shows that you prioritize yourself. When you invest in your own growth and happiness, it reinforces your sense of self-worth. This self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. It ensures that you show up as the best version of yourself, not just for others, but for yourself. When you embody confidence, you also inspire it in others. Your self-assuredness becomes a reminder that they too can embrace their strengths and work on their weaknesses. This creates a dynamic of mutual growth and encouragement, which strengthens the relationship and fosters a deeper connection. The other person begins to see you as a source of inspiration and motivation, making them more invested in maintaining the bond you share. Communicating confidence doesn't mean you always have to be strong or unshakable. True confidence includes the ability to acknowledge your fears and doubts while still moving forward. It's about trusting yourself to navigate life's challenges and knowing that setbacks don't define you. This resilience is incredibly empowering, not just for you, but for those around you. It shows that you are someone who can weather storms and come out stronger on the other side. When you consistently communicate confidence and self-assurance, it creates a dynamic where others not only respect you, but also feel a deeper connection to you. They see you as someone who knows their worth and isn't afraid to demand the same from the world. This recognition often leads to a greater appreciation for who you are and a genuine fear of losing someone as strong, grounded, and inspiring as you. Let me know if you'd like any refinements or additional elements.